Good morning, Becky. I see Meg has joined us already. I see Z from NYC. Good morning. Mic check. Thank you, Z and Becky.
Oh man. Nose is doing some things today.
Made by Erica. I see Monica's in the house. Becca in Jacksonville.
We need some.
Damn, Martha, that's a crazy streak. So 42 months, but I'm currently on a 41-month streak, which means you subscribed, you missed a month, which is fine, and then came back for 41 in a row.
Crazy.
Felix in Florida. Good morning. Jordan. God bless you, Carla Marie.
That was my first sneeze of the day.
That's not true.
I'm blowing my nose. This is my first sneeze.
I've definitely heard you sneeze today.
That was yesterday.
Well, guys, the boobless booger queen is here.
What I was gonna say was, I think we need some EDM music.
I don't know. I'm doing it wrong. I love EDM music, but like, I feel like this is kind of
Wait, didn't we figure out the M is?
yes,
We need some EDM.
or ED music, erectile dysfunction music. Jen and Lisa, thank you very much for your gifted subs. Appreciate that. Jill said, "Do you guys keep in touch with Gordon?" I've talked to him more recently.
Yeah.
We got to see him and Alabama almost a year ago at the morning show boot camp in Dallas last year. Yeah,
Yes.
in Dallas, and that was the first time we had seen, I think, either of them in person
Well, yeah.
since Gordon was let go, and then we were let go a couple months later.
But what was he messaging me about? Something you did. Maybe it was the Habibi Salon.
Yeah. Well, he has a new job in Ohio.
Since Columbus.
Yes. Mish said I went to college with Gordon.
Evergreen?
I think that's where he went, yeah. Just kicking off a hype train there.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good morning and welcome to the Carla Marie and Anthony Show. My name is Anthony.
I'm Carla Marais.
And this is the show. You are the show. So thank you very much for being here. Shout out to everybody. I know Martha, Jen, Lisa, some other people also. Nara. Who else?
Subby?
Rebecca in Jacksonville. I know I missed a couple people earlier. Jordan in Puyallup. everyone subbing or gifting subs to the stream, which got us all the way, 76% of the way through Hype Train level 3.
Woo woo.
You know what? Even though Carla Marie can't take a shot, if we get to level 5 today, I'm going to rip one.
You better. You have to.
A shot, that is.
2 of them.
Not a fart.
Rip a shit.
All
You know,
right.
you know.
On the calendar, on the schedule today, we do have our interview with Jonah Marais,
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
which was a lot of fun.
Oh, we should have wore the same clothes.
Yeah, it was done a couple days, or
I bet I couldn't
2
even
weeks
wear
ago,
what
but-
it is. I don't know what I wore.
you wore like a blue flowery
The
thing.
romper. I could wear that.
I had a mustache, so it's gonna look real weird. It
Uh,
would look even weirder if I wore the same shirt, honestly. So that is on the way. We're gonna do that after we take our little ad break around 8:25. Divorce registries. Now, I've not been married or divorced, but I didn't know. Apparently, this is like an actual trend.
I'd love it.
And then Champions of Change, we're going to go through the seating map and see where everyone wants to sit.
Now that's going to go over well.
Why?
We're all going to pick seats together?
No. We'll pick a section. And then if you want to go, message me. I have a specific link.
Why would people message you?
Just
Can't we put
because
the link in the chat?
it's not as good because then they're going to leave in the middle of the show.
That seems
Just
weird.
message me. It's fine. Everyone here can message me on Instagram. Everyone here, I think, has at some point messaged me on Instagram.
When the show is ending, will you give people the link today?
No, because then I got to go into my email and get it. Let's just move on. How about that?
You don't want anyone to watch you play basketball.
We do have a group trip update, and we'll just go to that right now. We basically have to wait to launch it. That's the update.
On Monday, we get to tell you where we're going.
I guess we weren't supposed to do that yet.
I was like,
Whoops.
there's all these rules.
Well, the part of it is because we were supposed to do a lot of, like, not necessarily onboarding calls, but like timeline calls
How to launch the trip.
with
Europe.
the company that is helping us put this trip together. But it also happened at the same time that our friend passed away, and we were traveling to Florida, and Carla had her surgery. So, like, things got all screwed up.
Yeah. But we're supposed to do things like 4 days out,
Yeah.
you say this to your audience. And the problem is, a lot of the people they worked with in the past are just, and I don't mean just in a bad way, just like Instagram influencers. They don't have other ways to get their audience. They don't have a newsletter. They don't have a live show on Twitch. They don't have podcasts. So
Well, they also don't have communities like ours.
no. So we were
We
very
were
much
very
like,
grateful.
this is what we're doing. It's not like whatever.
Yeah.
So I had a post yesterday like, ooh, surprise, we're going on a group trip. Guess where?
And then male birth control, which Carla Marie talked about briefly in today's episode of the Morning Show podcast.
Yes. Also, 2 more things on the list.
Oh, great.
Monday, we have the Tooth Fairy joining us live during the show in studio.
Like the Tooth Fairy.
The Tooth Fairy. And
Okay.
we'll answer all of your tooth questions. She
All
is
your dental hygiene questions.
more than certified,
Does she know the going rate for teeth these days?
probably.
Like, how much is she leaving for people?
I mean, I don't know. That's a good question.
Like, does she have to deal with Biden-inflation? You know?
She also goes, I know she specifically, I think there's more than one Tooth Fairy because it's kind of insane. It's a lot of teeth.
It is a lot of teeth. And it's all year long. Like, Santa can prep, right, for his day. But the Tooth Fairy's got to be on it every
And
day.
I know that she goes to schools here in Washington in, I believe in underprivileged communities where maybe kids don't have dental insurance and their parents can't afford to take them to the dentist. And she does their checkups and hygiene at the school.
She brushes everybody's teeth? That's crazy.
Yeah, so
So
it's
that's
really
on
cool.
Monday?
Yes, Monday. So she'll be here Monday. And then tomorrow, I'm going to drop this link in the chat.
You okay?
Right now, we are doing a
Oh, yeah.
Friday show, but it's a little special show. It is a live stream, but also you can come and watch here in studio. And Frank Turner, the Frank Turner, is going to do an acoustic set. He's playing here in Seattle tomorrow night, but we get a little pre-show. But it's limited seating. I'm putting the link in here now. If you can't come, don't get a ticket.
Yeah, because then you block someone else from coming, and then it looks
And
weird
then
when no
nobody's
one's
sitting
here.
here.
Yeah, so it's kind of like when all those TikTokers got tickets to one of the Trump rallies, And no one remember that?
Please
And it
don't
was
do
like
that to
it was like 25% full because they just reserved
That was
all of
funny.
the seats on TikTok.
And I believe Pierre.
And then the government tried to ban TikTok.
I believe Pierre will be here as well. The dog.
The dog.
And you can meet him.
Okay. A meet and greet with Frank Turner and Pierre.
We did get a question from Gillywagon. Can the tooth fairy take the gem off of Steph's tooth while she is here? Yes.
With Steph's consent, yes.
I will
she
find
can.
out. Gem tooth.
All right, first things first. Let's start from the bottom, actually, Carla Marie. Male birth control.
Okay. So if you didn't hear the morning show podcast this morning, shame on you. But a new study has like probably one of the best and most promising results in terms of male birth control right now. And how it works is the men rub, it's almost like a hand sanitizer type of gel, a teaspoon amount total on their shoulder blades. So that would be, how do you get to your shoulder? Where would your shoulder blade be on your body? Here?
It's kind of your, like,
Yeah, well, I can't really do that at this moment in time,
Oh,
but
like,
yeah. So back there.
Top of your back.
Wait for it to dry.
Or you can go under sometimes.
Put on your shirt and carry on your day. And it's supposed to suppress sperm count. It's successfully done it in every male in the trial. Up to 80% of their sperm count was suppressed. Now the next phase is they get to test if it actually will prevent pregnancy.
Well, so they're counting sperm at this point. They're not like putting this gel on to men and then saying, hey, go
Now
do this
they
woman.
will. So now next thing is, I was like, how does this work?
Yeah.
Every male in the study has to be in a monogamous relationship with getting pregnant, and they have to agree to have sex once a month for a year minimum, and the woman can't be on any form of birth control.
I wonder how
do you tell your kid that they were born in the study by accident?
Not even that. How do you find the couples that are willing to do this? Because it's two very different things you have to be okay with. You have to be okay with not having a kid, and then you have to be okay with this process not working and having a kid.
Well, because you can kind of be like, hey, if it happens, it happens.
Yeah. I don't know.
They're paying you a lot. I don't know. So,
happy that someone's doing it.
This was going to be my question. Would you?
Zero chance.
Why not?
Zero chance.
I'm going to see if it's the same reason why I wouldn't trust you to be in charge of this.
Well, a couple reasons. One, it's brand new. I don't necessarily want to be the test dummy. I'm not trying to be the guinea pig for it. I also, and this, hear me out. I have actually never suggested for any girl that I've dated to go on birth control. The whole idea kind of freaks me out a little bit.
Okay.
Right? And I think condoms are normal. Like, that makes sense to me. But the whole idea of changing your hormones for men or women kind of freaks me out a little bit. I don't love the idea.
Yeah, but you realize everything we're eating and taking and doing changes
Totally
our
get it.
hormones also.
Don't love that either.
Stop
I
drinking
have
milk.
less choices there because I do have to eat.
But also, some women are on birth control, not for the birth controlling part.
I get that as well. I'm just saying, I think I can say confidently I would not take male birth control, and I can say it with the confidence I did because I'm also not asking women to take hormonal birth control.
When I love it. I think it's great. I think it's a great way for men to have a bit of control also when it comes to having
That's what
kids.
men are missing.
No, because like,
Control.
listen, there have been many women that, and I'm not, please don't come at me. This one clip is going to be on the internet. There are definitely, I'll say men, won't say many. There are definitely women that trap men into relationships by saying they're on the pill and then they get pregnant.
We know a few.
So that's why. So men can also have that control, or you can also put on a condom. Yes, we know that. When I saw this, I was like, not a chance that I would put my fate of having a baby or not having a baby in the hands of someone else. Now,
That's fair.
again, we need male birth control. I completely agree. But for me, I'm like, well, I would still be on birth control because I would not trust the fact that you, for example, would every day wake up and at the same time put gel on each of your shoulder blades.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't be trusted. Although the women I've dated in the past who were on the pill always forgot. It was always
maybe once or twice. I forgot.
Always forgot.
But then you double up.
But also, doesn't an IUD also secretes hormones as well, right? It's not just like a dam blocking a river. Like it's not just physical.
So it all depends on the type of IUD.
Okay.
I have a low hormone one, the Mirena one, which I'm aware they all have problems. I'm not saying like they're the best thing.
This isn't an endorsement.
They're the best thing ever in that you don't ever have to think about it. Worst thing ever in that it's a foreign object in your body and it fucking hurts to get it put in and taken out.
Okay.
The one I have is super low hormone. I have it for almost 5 years, which means there's probably no hormones left in it. And it's working. Well, they say it used to be 5 years, then it was 5 to 7 years, and now it's 7 to 10 years. I don't know how we're figuring this out, but how they really work is bizarre.
The IUD?
They work by putting a foreign object in your cervix, and then your body's like, we can't get pregnant. There's something foreign in here. And that's
it's
really
like stranger danger. Stop making babies.
Essentially. And I'm like, we're just trusting that to work?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Fred the Mailman also brings up a good point. This would also be one of my concerns, especially early in this experimental process trying to figure out male birth control. He said, what are the chances it will outright sterilize men? The birth control pill has nefarious beginnings. The experiment on women in Puerto Rico sterilized a large portion of the population to bring the pill to fruition.
I bet you that's also part of the study. Like,
I guess you have to be okay with that as an option if you sign up for this experiment. You're also probably getting paid, right?
Yeah.
Most people who are getting experimented on or voluntarily doing that are getting paid.
they should do this. Okay,
Today, at least,
hear
they
me
are.
out. Well, then I guess they would have to have sex. But I saw in Louisiana that they are trying to pass a bill that if you are a sex offender or you commit sexual assault, I think it may be more than once, but they will chop off.
It's not just sexual assault. It's
Rape. Sorry.
sorry.
The R word hard.
What? Like child molestation. It's
Okay.
specifically for children.
And they're going to castrate them.
Sorry. It's specifically for adults who sexually assault children.
So they would, the bill, if passed, which I don't know that it will pass because
I believe it is going to. They already did a similar bill in Idaho as well. I think in Idaho you might face the death penalty.
Listen, I say it all the time. I know. That feels a little less like I don't know. We say all the time, like, if you rape someone, you should get your ween cut off. So, time to put our money where our mouth is and actually do it, I guess.
Here's the thing. If you are physically or chemically castrated as a guy, the thing still works.
Did they pass it?
What?
Louisiana.
Oh, the thing still works. And that might end up being
Yeah.
worse for the women in that state because now all these guys are running around out there not worrying about getting anyone pregnant. They can just do what they want to do or what they did and not get someone pregnant. Let's see.
Has been approved.
Okay,
One,
that's what I thought.
was okay.
Yeah. And Idaho, a couple months ago, did the same thing. I don't know if it's
Okay.
castration or the death penalty.
What about women who do it? Because there are definitely women that.
They should get the same treatment.
What are they cutting off?
No, I mean, you don't have to cut anything off. You can still,
Get a hysterectomy?
whatever,
But
or
that's-
death penalty, depending on the state.
Yeah, that.
Whatever the child sex abuse punishment is for men, women should also get. I
agree.
don't
I'm
think it
saying
matters
they-
which one is.
There's
Yeah,
different body parts.
of course there are. Let's see.
Well, I was going to say you could test the male birth control on people like that, but then they would have to have sex with people.
Yeah, during part of that process. But yeah, I don't think that I would use it. I'm glad that it's there. I think options like that should be available for people who want it. And it seems like everyone who's part of this experiment is doing it consensually as well.
But if it were a pill or a patch, would you do it?
No, I wouldn't do it in any form.
Why not?
Like the same
What
reason
if it
I
made
wouldn't
your
do it as gel.
muscles get bigger?
Same reason I don't take steroids. I don't trust those.
What if they were like, it also
Things.
makes your ween bigger, your muscles bigger?
I can't fit. There's no more room in my pants. How am I? Are you kidding me? I would run the other way.
Because birth control for women makes your boobs bigger.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
great.
I should hop back on that pill.
No, I understand that there are hormones in our food, in our water. There's plastic. I understand that there's a lot of things that we can't avoid in our world anymore, mainly because of corporate interests. But if I can make that decision, right, if it is up to me, I will avoid changing the balance of my hormones and my bodily
That's fair.
functions as much as possible.
Your body, your choice. That is
Exactly.
the whole point.
Exactly. Yeah, I do wear short shorts, and at some point, it can't get any bigger, you know? The shorts can't get any smaller. The thing can't get any bigger. It's a bad combination. It's also pretty normal, just so everyone knows. Yeah, Martha said, I agree with Anthony. I don't take anything that messes with anything voluntarily.
Okay, but you got flu shots and the COVID vaccine.
Those, at least according to the science behind them, don't mess with your hormones. That's different. I'm okay with medicine.
Well, the getting COVID and the COVID vaccine definitely messed with my period.
Probably.
Because a month after both things, the actual virus and the vaccine, it was wild.
Yeah.
Pain, all of it.
Clean Pillow said, same Carla Marie.
Yeah, it's bizarre. And it's weird how like it happened with both things. Both the vaccine makes you think like, hey, well, I guess the virus was actually in that vaccine. It wasn't a chip.
Depends on the type of vaccine you got. There are some vaccines that have a tiny bit of COVID to let your body learn how to fight it. And that's the same way most common vaccines have been made for the last, I don't know, 80 years?
I don't know.
Something, however long
Was, like,
vaccines have
polio
been
the
around.
first one?
90 years, 100 years, whatever it is. But moving on from male birth control, because we actually don't have a lot of time for the rest of the stuff we got to talk about, because we do want to get to the Jonah interview in about 5 minutes. So what I'm going to do right now is we will go to our ad break. For those of you that are subscribed to the channel, you'll get to play the word game, Words on Screen. And then once the ad break is over and the final Words on Screen game are done, we will come back. You will get to meet Jonah if you haven't met him already, hear his story.
He's the best. Please support them.
He's incredible. And one of the things I love, and we will talk about it in the interview, is he's doing this independently. And as independent creators ourselves, the way he's releasing his music, the effort that he's putting into his music, the way that you can support his music, it's all very important.
Yeah, like there's no giant record label. Like think Taylor Swift having to rewrite her music because a record label sold it to someone else without like he owns everything. This is him putting out the music, like uploading it to Spotify and stuff as themselves the same way we upload our podcast. Like there's no, that's it. It's a team of what? It's him,
4
Ryan
people.
Lewis, Jason, who's doing video and content, and then Sherry, who is his manager. 4
That's
people and him.
4 people. So
4 total.
Yes. So we will be back right after this with Jonah.
we're so freaking excited to have an old friend here with us today. We've got Jonah Marais.
Yes, hello.
And you were our last in-person interview, we think, in 2019.
Yeah, and in the world, something happened. I don't know.
Happened.
We'll get into that. But we also just learned that we've been saying your last name wrong for years.
Yes.
So
a lot of people have. It's all good.
so it's not Marias.
No, Marais.
Marais.
Yeah.
Which I love that. Like, I like it better.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it sounds better.
Yes, it definitely does.
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, 2019. What's happened since then? Catch us up.
Oh man.
Anything new?
So much has happened since then. Yeah, obviously pandemic hit and we had a full like crazy tour booked for 2020. It was supposed to be an amazing thing. And
that's right.
yeah, everyone went inside and it was supposed to just be a couple weeks and now we're finally getting back to life here.
Well, you know what's interesting? Obviously, you had the tour booked.
Yeah.
Right? Pandemic happens.
Yeah.
Tour doesn't.
Right.
Do you feel like it's weird now kind of reintroducing yourself without the group? Right? Because it's much easier when you have 4, 5, 6, 7 people, however big your group ends up being. It's much easier to go into situations
It is.
with a crowd.
Yeah.
Now you're doing it solo.
It's completely different. By the way, this is my first interview that I've done by myself without the band. So this is a big deal for me as
you're
well.
doing great
Well,
so
I
far.
was going to say, so far, so good.
I appreciate it.
We still got time, but so far, so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, it's very different. And so much went down in the last 4 years, and it was really about a year and a half ago that the group kind of split up. We went our own ways, mostly due to a lawsuit with management, which was
I remember this.
crappy.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so I've been working. Probably one of my favorite things that happened in the band was I met this music video director, and we filmed
Jason.
Jason.
He's the best.
He's the best. And we filmed a couple videos here in Seattle, and so Seattle's always been an amazing place for me. But yeah, Jason was sort of a mentor for me. We both like baseball, so we'd like go to games together. And I called him as the band was kind of coming to an end, and I was like, yo, I don't know what to do. I'm nervous, everything. And he was like, you have to meet my friend Ryan. And
now, when you say Ryan,
yeah.
Ryan Lewis.
Ryan Lewis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did he say Ryan Lewis, or did he just say like this random dude named Ryan?
No, he said Ryan. He said Ryan Lewis. But basically, yeah, I grew up, listening to Macklemore and Ryan Lewis.
Yeah.
It was like a huge part of my discovering music and loving music. So big full circle moment meeting Ryan, and we've worked on this whole project together since then, and it's been so fun.
Well, did you ever think, as you were listening to Macklemore and Ryan Lewis growing up, did you ever think you would have Macklemore as a feature and now work with Ryan Lewis? Because you've worked individually with both of them.
Right.
Yeah. That is wild. I haven't really even put that together in my head until right now. But very full circle. I remember going to the Macklemore and Ryan Lewis show when I was like probably 13 at the State Fair in Minnesota, and it was like the pinnacle of my year. It was the best. It was such a fun show.
That's awesome.
Crazy.
And when you mentioned Jason, by the way, Jason's behind some incredible music videos. He's done, it's the Ed Sheeran, is it Shape of You music video?
Yeah. Little video.
Yeah, just
yeah.
And that was
You
filmed
may have
here.
seen it.
Which is
It
cool.
was in Seattle.
He's incredible. So that's a great person to have in your corner.
Yes. Yeah. It's like, it was just the three of us working, and Jason's actually become a great writer as well.
Wow.
Yeah, he came to all the sessions, and it was kind of cool because it was like he could ask all the stupid questions about like how to write, and then I didn't have to like because I don't know. I wrote a lot in the band, but it's different kind of coming into a session with Ryan. I have so much respect for him, so it was just like it made it really a great safe environment.
And one of the things I love is your first project that you're presenting to the world as a solo artist.
Yeah.
Twisted Lullaby.
Yeah.
And what I love is everyone knows your band.
Yeah.
Right? Now they're meeting you, and you very quickly, the first 17 words of the song.
Yeah.
You are, not disrespectfully by any means, but you're name dropping all of the other members of the group of Why Don't We?
Indeed.
Was that on purpose, where you were like, I just want to kind of tackle this up front? Is that the reason it was the first song that you wanted to show to the world?
Yeah, I think so. I think that honesty goes a long ways, and that song was just like the most pure, honest
Oh, yeah.
thoughts that I was having. It was just one night I wasn't able to sleep, and I was like really anxious, and I came in and obviously I was anxious. And Jason actually was just like, what are all the things that you don't want to say right now? And I sat and I was like, I had this moment, main character moment. I was like looking out the studio window, and I just like wrote the first verse of it, and it was really cool. And I think it's a great way of kind of building up the other members, because it's
Yeah,
the
of course.
truth. That's how I feel. I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, like they're all such amazing individuals in their own ways, and these are my insecurities. You know?
Okay, so those things that you say, are those things those are things you had in your head.
Yeah.
People aren't saying those things to you, right?
No, those are
Okay.
things that my
You know you're great
My
though,
own.
right? I
Thank
just want to
you.
make sure
I
you know
appreciate
that.
But what I
Yeah.
love about that is it really does show that at the end of the day, sometimes we are our own worst enemy.
Yep.
Whether we mean to be or
100%.
not, you have these thoughts. Everyone has insecurities.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I love about the song.
Mm-hmm.
Did you, once it was complete,
Yeah.
did you present it to any of the other
yeah.
guys?
I've played it for Jack, Corbin, and Daniel. I haven't played it for Zach yet.
Really?
Yeah.
And
I
he's
think-
like the one you kind of shout out the most.
I know.
almost.
So I gotta play it for him. I think I'm gonna get back to LA after this, and I think I'm gonna film a little video with them. I still
Ooh.
have, we're gonna like do a little
I love
video in
that.
the car, and I want to film their reactions.
Well, that's also probably something that a lot of the Why Don't We fans are wondering,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Obviously, they can follow you on social, and I don't think I've ever seen any animosity between any of the guys.
Right.
But they all probably wonder, like, what is that relationship now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a
I
group
also
chat?
wonder.
Is there a group chat or like
There is
something?
a group chat.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a group chat.
Does everyone have an iPhone?
Yes.
Thank goodness, because this
Right.
guy's got an Android. It ruins my whole
I will
life.
green bubble your chat every single time you invite me.
What's your reasoning for an Android?
So long ago, I just decided I was not going to be an iPhone person, and
Okay.
I've just stuck to my guns. I also
Stuck
think
to
the
it.
phones are better,
Oh, please.
but that's a whole different debate.
Okay.
Can you help me write a song about being in a relationship with someone who has an Android? Okay, thank you.
Called Green Bubble.
Yes,
Yeah.
I don't want to sing on it. I just want to be, I'll
Here's-
be in the music
Can
video.
I tell you my favorite part about being an Android person
Yes.
is
please.
every time I'm put into a group chat, someone always goes, "Ugh, who's the green bubble?" And my response every time is, "I didn't ask to be here. You put me in this chat.
yeah,
Leave me
exactly.
alone."
Yeah. that's-
Okay, but you do have an iPhone group
An
chat.
iPhone blue message group chat.
So is there a
yes.
title? Can you name the group chat? Do you guys
It's
have?
always stayed the same. It's just why don't we with the little 100 emoji.
Okay,
I don't
love
The
know.
that.
100 underlined?
Yeah, since we started the band, it was always the same.
That's
They
the
never
cutest.
changed it.
So
Um,
you're all still in touch.
Yeah, for the most part. It is a little strange. Like there's a competitive vibe going on.
Which is normal.
'cause, yeah, but I mean those are my brothers for life, and yeah, I have like a respect for those dudes because we've gone through so much
Yeah.
together, traveled the world, and I don't think that'll ever change. So
And really, you
Uh,
grew up
yeah, I
together,
was
right?
gonna
Those
say.
are the most transformative years
yes,
of a
yes,
person's life, going
100%.
from the teens to your 20s and all of that.
Yeah, and it's fun. I think everyone's kind of figuring out their own road, and I honestly think once people have kind of done their thing and figured
Mm.
out, like, oh, this is my path,
Mhm.
we'll be able to come together a little bit more and like really hang out more.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
it's like anyone though. You guys didn't have the regular high school experience, but you have your group of friends in high school. You go to college, then you start making other friends, and there always is this little bit of animosity
Yeah.
with your high school friends of like, oh, well, these are my new friends.
Yeah.
Let me see your new friends, or oh, you graduated
Yeah.
quicker than I did, and it's very
Yeah.
much that, just in a completely different world where
Right.
most people don't get to experience it
yes.
the way you guys did.
Yes. Yes.
So
And I
it's all normal,
And I think there can be a caring competitiveness.
of course.
Right? Like,
I mean, we're
Yeah.
competitive.
you push each other to do better, but
Yep.
you don't want to see anyone fail or
No.
fall behind or anything like that.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
Now you're the oldest of the group, right?
Mhm.
So now that you're doing this on your own, do you think other members are going to look to you maybe for advice or guidance, or look at you as like a roadmap to things they can maybe do?
Maybe.
You ever think
I
about it
don't-
that way?
I don't know. I feel like in the group I was very much like they would come to me for advice sometimes and that kind of
You're
thing.
like, I'm in
this
this-
old sage of sorts. But yeah, I don't know. I think that could be the case. I'm excited to hang out with them more.
You can just use Jason's trick and be like, guys, just write down what you don't want to say.
Yeah, exactly. That's actually a great writing prompt
It
for
is.
anybody out there
I'm gonna
who's
do
trying
it.
to write.
Okay, so in terms of music, when it's coming out, how we get it.
Yes.
Explain
Okay,
all
so
that.
music's coming out all year.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we have a lot of music coming. But just to start it off, the obviously Twisted Lullabies coming out, DSPs, everything. At the same time that comes out, you can get the full first mixtape, the 5 songs, on a site called even.biz. And that's a way that people can support me as an independent artist and let me do this. And get to hear the songs early
I was
before
going to say,
everyone else.
you get them before
Yeah.
they're out to the rest of the
Yes,
world. Where like even
exactly.
my parents will be streaming it.
Right.
I'll be able to just get it on my own first.
Exactly.
And I will say, I think what people don't really understand, and the Spotifys of the world are great, right?
Yes.
Because you're getting
Yeah.
your music to a large audience. But for an artist,
Mhm.
it's not the best when it comes to your bank account, which is why I think
Even Snoop Dogg
programs
says
like
so.
that, like
Yeah.
even.biz,
It's amazing.
it shows that there is a different avenue where people who really want to support you as an independent artist can do that and help you way more than the other platforms do.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's
100%.
important.
Well, and you'll still be able to hear stuff
Of
on
course.
on Spotify and Apple Music when it comes out. But I feel like for the fans that really want to like go the extra mile and like be a part of this, it'll help me a lot if you get to listen to it first.
Yeah, why
So it's
not?
kinda
It is cool
Yeah.
that you're giving
Yeah.
fans something. They're getting it in advance. So even.biz
Yep.
to get the mixtape early.
Early.
So these other tracks that are coming out,
Yes.
we've got at this point, we've heard
Yeah.
3 of them.
Yep.
Which do you have a favorite? I don't want to. I know. I was
Don't
like-
make me do that.
I have to.
Oh man. Just this week, I think my
Ooh.
favorite has become a song called High School Propaganda.
Okay.
Yeah, that one really made some big leaps. We wrote a second verse this week. Very recently, and it kind of came together at the very end, and it was like, oh damn! And Ryan just did some wizardry. I did a beach day with a friend, and I came back to the studio after like 6 hours, and he had the whole song sounding like 40% better than it
Well,
was.
that's
That's
a nice
cool.
feeling to come home
Ryan,
to.
what did you do? This is crazy.
That is really cool. By the way, it's
and-
okay to have
yeah.
different favorites each week. That's kind of like I assume parents are like with their kids, so you're fine.
I also
doing that.
love every song on the
Of
project,
course.
So
Well,
yeah.
one of the things from the songs that we got to hear so far, you can tell that there aren't necessarily like sound boundaries
Yeah.
that you and Ryan have put on yourselves, right? Like
It's true.
every song sounds very different.
Yeah.
They obviously sound similar enough where you know it's you and whatnot, but I think that's been my favorite part of the listening experience as just like a supporter and a fan is they all sound unique enough where they all have their own space.
Yeah.
How do
Definitely.
you and Ryan go into the studio and make sure that you're not just repeating the same song over and over, right?
Yeah. We don't have that issue at all. It's very much like, I don't know. Like we kind of just follow what the song wants to be and try to follow our guts on that. A lot of the way that we have written comes from he'll sit at the piano in one room and I'll be on a mic in another room, and there's a window between us so we can see each other, and he'll go into chords and I'll just like mumble gibberish
Mhm.
and sing melodies, and then Jason's in the other room and he has like headphones on and he can put a marker wherever he thinks is good, and
Oh,
he
cool.
can he has a mic as well and be like chase that thing or whatever, and
That's
he can
such
kind of like
So
so
you really
cool.
have like a 3-part
it's
process.
like it's a real thing that we
That's
have
so
kind of
cool.
nailed down now, and after we'll do it for like maybe 30-40 minutes, and then we'll all come into the studio and listen through it, and then we'll mark the parts that feel really good and replace the gibberish with words and go from there. But that's kind of been
That's
the process,
fascinating.
and it's worked really well.
That's-
So
yeah,
it's
it
not
definitely has.
it's not like, I don't know, we don't find ourselves doing the same thing over and over again.
great.
It's always kind of this random train of thought and following the flow.
The mumble thing is so interesting because
Yeah.
I think it was Sia we got to speak to years and years ago.
Yeah.
She does the same thing. She'll mumble until she like finds a melody that she likes. Then she starts replacing words.
That's the way to do it.
It's crazy.
I really think so. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Good.
With high school propaganda, did you have a normal high school experience? I can't remember what your timeline was with how old you were with the band.
I had a normal 9th grade experience.
Okay.
And then I left a couple weeks into 10th grade.
And that's really all you need to be able to write a song about high school, to be honest.
Definitely had the freshman vibe of, I don't know. I feel like no one likes freshmen very much. So.
Yeah, that's true.
When I listened, I was like, this is the high school experience.
Yeah,
it's very much like people look at you like, oh, everything's so great, but
put on the face. And I mean, I can't even imagine now how much everything's changed with social media and likes and followers and everything, how high school dynamics must be.
Yeah.
It's wild.
I say that all the time. We're both older than you, did not have any social media in high school at all.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I got Facebook my senior year of high school.
I got Facebook. Yeah.
So, and I say it's the best thing ever that I didn't have to live through high school.
Good. Yeah.
With Facebook or social media in general.
Yeah.
How do you, because, I think when people don't have a following on social media, they go like, oh man, it must be so cool to have like 1 million followers and you get all these brand deals and you can make all this money. But then we've seen it to a very small extent on our socials, but you have a ton of followers across all the platforms. How do you deal with like the negative side of social media?
Oh man. I have pretty thick skin at this point.
Good.
And I don't really, it doesn't affect me that much. I do read it. I see stuff, but it's honestly, I've had the luxury of like having really, really supportive fans.
That's awesome.
And like I haven't found myself in very, very many times where I'm like under a lot of hate or something has gone terrible or something. I don't know. I haven't gotten a ton of hate. I would say like the most hate that I got was at the very beginning when I was starting off. Kids at my high school.
Really?
Like, yeah. They were all down on me, like I was a baseball kid. Like that was like what I did. And then all of a sudden I was singing on the internet and I wasn't a very good singer at the beginning. So I give them that, but it was definitely like just the butt of jokes.
And now are you like, what's up?
Kind of.
Well, I don't think people realize, and you're doing it now again because you're on your own this time, but I don't think people realize how scary it is to put yourself out there, whether you're just a high school kid singing on the internet, putting some YouTube videos together, or what your situation is now.
Yeah. Well,
I'm going out on your own.
I'm feeling it again now.
Really?
Like I was back then a little bit, because I mean, when you have 4 other guys and it's like a whole entity or something and you're a part of it, it's different than like, okay, this is my voice. This is what I want to say. I'm putting myself out there. I hope people like it. I don't know. So I'm definitely experiencing that again, which is good.
So sorry, Anthony, you go.
Okay.
I was going to say, the interesting thing about being in a group or being part of a bigger team is when things don't go the way you want them to, you can always kind of like, even if you're not saying it out loud, you could kind of like blame blame the group, right? Yeah. But now, if you do a show and maybe something's wrong with the set, right? Mm-hmm. Like the set doesn't go the way you want to. It's like, well, you've got to look inwards at that point. Like, oh crap, what should I have done differently?
This is me. Yeah, 100%. And also, like, we would have days where one of us wasn't feeling great, or had a cold or something, and the other guys would cover. So this is a fully different thing. I'm planning the tour now.
That's what I was going to say.
Coming back to Seattle, August 24th at Numos. I'll be here. That'll be awesome.
We'll be there.
A full US tour. So I'm excited.
Okay, so to that, it's going to be you on stage by yourself.
It is, yeah.
Are you excited? What is that feeling like as you prepare for that?
Nerves.
Are you gonna be like, there's
nervous.
so much room for activities now?
Yes. I'm nervous, but I'm bringing two of these amazing musicians from Minnesota. Kind of a fun story. My dad's a musician, and the guys that he played with in bands when I was a kid. So I would like go to the venues and be running around backstage and stuff. their kids were also running
No
around
way.
backstage,
Oh, cool.
and they're awesome musicians, and they're like 21, 22, and I had them come out and play on this whole record. So
Stop.
I'm bringing them out on tour,
That's so
and it's
cool.
like a Minnesota homegrown thing. It's awesome.
That's really cool to
Yeah,
hear.
yeah,
Now, because I didn't know your dad was a musician.
yeah.
Do you now, in your music writing process or performing process, do you lean on your dad for information at all?
I haven't very much.
Really?
I think that there will be a time in life where him and I like work together or like write a song or something. It's just never quite lined up. But I have so much respect for him, and growing up, I wanted to be like him. You know, he was the ultimate rock star.
Well, it's also important to do things on your own.
Yeah.
Right. Obviously, you have Ryan and Jason doing this with you, but that's your team.
Yeah.
As kids, we want to separate ourselves from our parents.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
so
you get
true.
to a point where it's like, okay, now you can do this with me.
I'm finally like getting back to that. I think for a long time, the teen years and like anything your
Yeah, no.
parents are doing,
Yeah.
you want to do something very different.
Ew,
and
yeah.
actually, in this process of making music, I did. I had my dad reach out to a gospel singer in Minneapolis that has done a bunch of stuff with him, and we have a record that's coming out in the fall. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but yes, we have a record that's coming out in the fall that this dude sang on, and my dad helped.
That's so cool.
The studio session, and we went to Minnesota and tracked the whole thing, and so that was actually a really great moment of of us kind of doing something together
That is
for
cool.
the first time in a while.
And
Yeah,
I can imagine how proud your dad probably
Yeah.
was, being able to like not look down on it, but look at the whole situation
Right.
and be like, I can't believe this is our lives now together.
yeah,
That's really cool.
We're both working professionally in this cool place. Yeah, it's awesome.
You said you were a baseball kid for a while.
Yeah.
Do you play in like any of those club leagues? Like in Seattle, we have underdog sports,
I
right?
think, yeah.
You can play.
Okay.
Do you do any of that? Do you get to play at all?
Yeah, I played like 2021, 2022. I played for an adult league in
That's awesome.
in LA,
Like a beer league.
called the Glendale Falcons. Yeah,
Baseball or
we were
softball?
great. Baseball.
Actual baseball,
Yeah,
okay.
these dudes take it serious too. Like
so
you would think
weird.
it's like professional.
No, they take it more serious
Yeah.
sometimes. I
But
think.
I've even played in softball leagues.
Yeah.
Where dudes come with like $500 bats. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, this is adult softball. I
Yeah.
don't know why you're taking it so seriously.
Well, I think there's something, especially with guys who like, it's like built into their personalities that they're good at this thing, and so like they go through their week like knowing like, okay, I'm gonna crush that ball when I get there. You know what
I'm
I
going
mean?
to finish this TPS
Yeah.
reports and I'm
And
going to
then-
go to the field.
Exactly. And then they strike out and they're like,
Their whole life is ruined.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Anyways.
Are you all Minnesota sports as a fan?
Yeah, for the most part, I'm definitely a baseball fan. I'm definitely a Timberwolves fan as well. They're
Okay.
doing great right
It's a
now.
lot easier now to be a
Yeah, I
Timberwolves
know.
fan.
Anthony Edwards, baby, let's go. But I was also a Timberwolves fan in like the Ricky Rubio era. And yeah, so I'm not.
So you
just,
put in
like-
your time.
I put in my time, and now it's coming to fruition. It feels good. Yeah.
What is your vision for the rest of the year?
The rest of the year.
Yeah, because you have a lot
You got
coming
half a
up.
year left. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I just want to, I mean, it's been a while since Why Don't We fans have gotten stuff. And I'm excited to just turn that faucet on. You know what I mean? I just want it to be a constant flow of content. And I'm excited to hit the road and do shows again and see everyone. And I think, I mean, that's my favorite part of all this is just getting to see people in person.
Yeah.
And like, there's no better feeling than being on stage and hearing lyrics sung back to you. And I think it'll feel even different doing it by myself. And I don't know. I'm so ready for the future, and I'm excited to build this. I feel like we're at the very beginning of something so special right now, and it's fun.
I'm glad you said the whole thing about lyrics being sung back.
I
to
know.
You. Did you?
Wait, I know
Okay.
exactly where he's going to go. Which song were we listening to?
It was a Little Piece of Heaven.
Okay. We're listening to this song last night.
Yeah.
Your song.
Yeah.
And Anthony's like, wait, listen. You got to get to this part. He's doing this to me in the kitchen. He goes, I can see it now. The whole crowd is going, ooh, back there. And he's doing
Yes.
this. He goes, and
I
then he's
said
just gonna
it'll be the
leave.
encore. It'll be the encore. He'll come out. The crowd will sing towards the end of the song because it's perfect for that. And then you give your piece and you walk out.
Please take him on tour.
Thank you.
Take
Yes,
him, please.
this is what we need. This is
Right?
great. I agree. I
See?
mean, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, so he's making his peanut butter and jelly sandwich last night, going, just listen, this is how it's going to go.
This
And
is
I'm
the
like,
encore.
okay, all right, you should go on tour.
Yeah, if you need a stage director,
Jonah.
just let me know. I'll go
Okay.
on tours.
All right. Yeah. I mean,
Back up.
I am so excited for the world to see the rest of your music.
I'm so pumped.
yeah.
Yeah. And listen, if I didn't think it was good, I'd been like, oh my God, you're doing so great and enjoy your your path.
Yeah.
But it is really, really good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I'm so excited for you to be able to share that with the world and for them to show you their appreciation of it.
Yeah.
And since this is your first kind of interview as you get ready to launch everything,
Okay.
you got to celebrate.
Oh, yeah.
little bit.
Let's go, baby.
Which also, I think last time, maybe you were 21 last time we saw you, but, or on the cusp.
Cheers.
So
Here
are
we
we,
go.
this is going to go everywhere.
You can do the honors, or would you like me to open
You
the
got
bottle?
it. You got it. You got it. I don't want to mess it up.
Okay, let Anthony
Yeah, we do have a brand new studio here that I'm probably going to ruin right now,
Okay.
but that's fine.
All right, I'm just going to let you.
Yeah, you guys were just telling me how you built
Well, we have
this
a
whole
bunch
thing.
of
Oh, yeah,
corks in the front from different like big moments.
Of
So
our careers. So now you get to add to that. I hate this part.
sure, you want to move that way so I don't kill you. All right, here we go. All right, we are good.
Wow.
Whoa.
Don't, you were about
I
to
was about
shove
to-
your mouth
I
on
was
it.
about to go bottle to the face. All right, let's pass this. There we go, Carla
Oh, I
Marais.
gotta pour it myself.
Here, I'll hold your cup.
I got it.
All right.
I don't. This is just okay. I'm not gonna go all the way up.
All right,
Some
all right.
dangerous. Oh, you didn't
I'll
get.
need one more.
Okay. Look at him with the perfect pour over here. I liked it a little bit.
It's my first time.
All right.
Well, cheers to the new project.
yeah.
To the tour, to everything. We're very proud of you.
Cheers.
Can't wait
Thank
to
you
see you
so
when you're back in
much.
Seattle.
Yes, amazing.
Cheers. Look at that. He, I think it was, I can't remember if it was Jen or Lisa
Jen.
in the chat, said he seems so nice. And he really is like the kindest
Yeah.
soul out there.
Yeah, and that night is when he did that listening party
Mm-hmm.
with his fans. He did a meetup at Golden Gardens here in Seattle, and it was just the coolest thing. It was the first time he got to play his new music for people. And to be there with an artist at that point of their career is something that, like, I will remember forever. Like, personally, for me, that was the coolest thing.
And since then,
He's done that.
Jonah and his team have gone around the country. I know they were on with our friend Dave Ryan this morning.
Well, we still were his first
No,
interview.
we were still the first time he sat down
I'll take
to do an interview, and the first time that he played that music for any audience outside of like professionals who were helping him with it was here.
Yeah.
Was in this studio, and then like I don't know, half a mile down the road.
Yeah.
But his whole team is incredible. We got to meet Ryan Lewis that night at Golden Gardens.
So cool.
Like the most normal and
So
fun
insane.
person you can meet.
I will be. He said we get to go to his family cabin. I will be bothering him about that.
His manager Sherry has been a great friend of ours.
Yep.
And one of the reasons the interview happened actually was when they hired our friend Sherry to be his manager. She had worked for some of the biggest labels and
Ed
artists
Sheeran.
in the world. Bruno Mars, Ed Sheeran.
Camille.
She had just left the big studio or big label world, and Jason, who is their art director, if you will,
Yeah.
he's the guy we mentioned who
Creative.
worked with Macklemore and Ryan Lewis on some
And Ed
videos
Sheeran.
and Ed Sheeran. He reached out because he knew Sherry from the Ed Sheeran days and said, "Hey, we're working on this project."
Well, Sherry used to work with Why Don't We?
Yeah, they were
as
on
well.
the same label. We're working on this project. You know everyone that's on it, and we need someone who understands the industry, who can help manage us.
I told Ryan Lewis they just needed some feminine energy
They
in
did.
there.
But all four of those people are so kind. But the reason Sherry reached out to us was she knows us really well, and she knows that when we have artists and we have guests, we try to take care of them as much as possible.
We're not gonna gotcha.
And
question them.
she wanted a safe space for Jonah to do his first interview, and that was one of the biggest compliments you could get professionally.
Yeah.
Was I have this person, this project that's super special, I need a team to help me get it off the ground. So that was one of the best compliments I think we've ever received professionally.
And he's like, you saw the real him, that he
Oh, yeah.
doesn't change at all, whether you're interviewing him, hanging out with him, or messaging him on Instagram.
Oh, sorry, hold on, pardon me. I pressed the wrong button.
We're so freaking excited
God.
to have an old friend.
Oh, God.
What?
All the buttons just went.
Is that camera on?
Huh?
You were just on the screen only. On that camera.
Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. It's not plugged in, so no,
Oh,
it was
it was
probably just
half.
that. Yeah, sorry about that, everybody. You were saying about how
That
that's his real
Just close the curtain on me. I had posted that we were doing our Miami meetup, our Florida meetup. And he's doing these meetups all over the country. That's what he's calling them. And he's like, oh, you copying me now,
Yeah.
I see. And I said, dude, we've been doing meetups since you were 10 years old. Be quiet.
So Twisted Lullaby will be the single that drops tomorrow.
So good. No.
I had put the link in there before. Here's the link again if you are interested in supporting an independent artist. You'll get Twisted Lullaby. You'll actually own the music because you can download it.
And if
you'll
you're-
get Twisted Lullaby and the other 4 songs that he's planning on releasing in the next couple months.
Days. They're coming out slowly over the next 2 weeks.
Months. It's one song every couple weeks. Anyway,
I think it was less than that.
you'll get 4 additional songs.
But if you're on the West Coast, it comes out 9 p.m.
Mhm.
tonight. And you can also go to his Instagram and see the clips of it.
It's very good. It's very fun. The first song, Twisted Lullaby, is a fun song. We don't have a ton of time to get to the other stuff
Oh, but I
on
wanted
the
to hear
list.
should we do divorce registry? That's hard to say.
We're going to do that
Or-
later, mainly because I want to talk to people and I want to make sure the
Okay.
phones are set up when we do divorce registry. We got Jonah. We did that interview. Let's do the Champions of
Yes.
Change seats real quick. So,
So Anthony is playing in a celebrity basketball tournament here in Seattle. This is the same game, or it's not tournament, sorry, game. This is the same game that he was training for a year ago tomorrow and tore his Achilles.
yeah, I'm exactly a year away from the day I tore my Achilles, which is wild.
June 7th.
Yeah.
So
It's
you're
just-
364 days away. Well, technically
No,
365.
this would be 65. Yeah. Okay, so let me put this on the screen.
So anyway, we're hoping that doesn't happen this year.
I'm being much smarter about the way that I train
You
now.
didn't do anything, though. You just walked playing basketball on it.
No, but the problem when I was playing was I was doing my full workouts
Oh,
early in the day.
you were tiring.
I was lifting heavy early in the day. I was then going to the gym and playing 3, 4, 5, 6 basketball games in a row at night,
That's silly.
getting to sleep, doing it all again, and obviously working in between. So I wasn't letting my body rest properly. I probably played too many games too fast.
You weren't taking the right BCAAs.
So on Monday, I went to the gym and I warmed up for about, just shot around in the LA Fitness gym for about 30 minutes. Then everyone showed up there's like a noon game that normally is played. I played the first game and then I left. Yesterday, I did the same thing. I warmed up, I shot around for a little bit, played 2 games. When I go on Friday, I'll probably play 2 games again. And then work myself up to playing 4 or 5, mainly because I enjoy doing it.
How much, the people who are about to buy tickets really want to know this. How much playing time are you going to get in this game?
I don't know, because first off, I do think that if a lot of people show up in one section and cheer, they will play me more. I really do believe that. But I also know Kwame and Marshall, who yes, they've got more Instagram followers than they were on a Netflix show, so they're more well known than me. But I would put us in the same category as we're not professional athletes,
Right.
but we're athletic people. They played a decent amount. And it also depends on how many basketball and football players they have that show up. I know there are 2 former WNBA players.
Who?
I can't remember their names. I believe they were both there last year. They play a lot, obviously, like the professionals will play. But after that, there's a lot of people I'm more athletic than, and if they want to win the game, I should play more than them. I shouldn't play more than Isaiah Thomas.
Oh, Sam Cho's playing again, the
I
Port
saw
of
that.
Seattle commissioner.
Yeah, no
Great
offense.
dude.
No offense to him. He's very kind. But if we're on the same team, I should play more than him.
Oh, Lofa, obviously.
He's
What is that?
massive. I don't know if he's good at basketball though.
I will find out.
It's a big human being.
I hope you're
let
on
me
his
let me
team.
put this on the screen. I have the tickets up there. And what's
Mario
cool-
Bailey's playing?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So all of the tickets, you're going to see the prices on the screen. Don't buy them yet. I do have a buy one, get one code or a link. And the cool thing about that is I believe I am the only person that's participating that has a buy one, get one link for our audience. So let me put this on the screen now. We'll pick our seats and then we'll get out of here.
So Mario Bailey is one of my coworkers at Seahawks. He is one of the nicest humans. He does amazing things for the community, and he's a former NFL player.
Okay, so here's what we got, Carla Marie. Are you looking at the screen?
Sorry,
You're messaging someone? Right now?
I was excited about Mario. They post like people, looks like a basketball card.
Yeah.
I was asking this the other day. Can I get that printed as a poster of
Sure.
you?
I don't know if they're going to do it for me, though. They haven't asked. Anyway, let's focus on this for
gonna hand
one
the
moment. Let's
cards.
focus. Let's do our best, Carla Marie, for the next 4 minutes to just focus on the task at hand. Do you think we can handle that?
Okay, pick your seats.
Okay. So it looks, I think something like section 25 or 16 would be the best. I don't know. Let's see how much these club seats are.
Where are the benches? Last year the benches are.
Because I don't want anyone spending $150.
Absolutely not.
But if you get to buy one, get one, it's $75 a ticket. Not
Not
bad.
doing that.
What about this section? $250.
No, that's.
Those are suites. No.
Well, now you're adding all these to your cart.
Okay. Okay, so these are 100 over here. Not bad.
No. Listen,
But-
if you want to be close and you want to spend that kind of money, go for it.
But if we go here, kind of the corner,
Well, can you just confirm? Okay,
you're looking
bench,
at $20
bench.
there. So section,
Well, where are the $10 ones?
what is this, 22 here? $10.
You just said it was 20.
It's not letting me click it. God damn it.
I think something's going on with websites.
There we
'Cause
go. Okay,
yesterday
so
I-
this section 17, is $20 a ticket, but obviously with the buy one, get one, $20 for 2 tickets. Not bad.
Okay, can you go to the other side behind the benches?
Behind, like this side, up
So
here.
those are clubs, so those are going to be monies.
Okay, that's the bench. So what if we got like this section here?
But what if you're on the other bench?
I don't know. I don't know what team I'm on
I
until.
guess it doesn't really matter if you're on the bench or not.
Yeah. But these sections, if you want to be behind the bench, but this actually probably gives you a better
Is
shot.
this on the screen right now?
Yeah. If you're in section like 17, for example, it gives you a better shot of everyone sitting on the bench, aka me,
Okay,
as
I would
opposed to
say
being
I agree.
behind us.
I agree. So how many seats are left in that section?
In this one, a good amount.
Okay, so section 17, and then what is the one to the left of that, just in case?
This one,
Yeah.
19.
Okay, so just in case the 17 sells out.
So 17 and 19 are where we should tell everyone to buy. I don't know if
What's
I like
in-
19.
What's going on in 16?
What's going on here? That's a good question. I think these are 20. 10.
Okay. So I would say 17 is the main one, 16 is the sub.
Yeah. So 16, 17 is what we're going to look at.
17, 16.
17, 16. Okay? So
Oh, wait, click it again? Roll. No, go back. Roll over it is what I meant to say.
roll over it like that.
Stop. There's 74 tickets. I think
Okay.
we're good.
That might not be enough. I hope it's not enough. I hope 100 people show up.
Wear
Because
your
like I
yellow
said, the
drapes
more
shirt.
people that show up and cheer,
We got to. Worst Anthony. Wait, how do you do that? Anthony.
yeah, I guess
How do
Anthony.
you chant worst Anthony?
You don't.
Worst Anthony.
You could do that, I guess. Let me take this off the screen now. So section 17 is the first priority,
But
then
how
section
are people
16.
buying these tickets if
So-
we were telling them you have to give them the link?
So you will DM me. Just say, give me the link for the BOGO deal, and I will just send it to you.
And I'm just curious why. Oh, because you don't want to get in your email. We couldn't
Huh?
put it in here right now.
We could. I just have to
It's
log
fine
in. It's just the easiest thing, honestly.
for you. Now everyone has to do an extra step of DMing you.
It's not an extra step. I'm promising you, it's easier. It'll work. I just don't know why Carla Marie is being a pain in my ass about this.
Are you going to like post it somewhere too?
I'm going to post for people to DM me. I'm not just giving that BOGO deal to anybody. Right? Let's see. What was Becky from Isaac? Change it to 1 ticket because I think
That was before.
Oh yeah. So yeah, the BOGO deal is not in there yet.
It's buy one, get one free or
Yeah.
half off.
I think it's free.
That's crazy.
So message me at Worst Anthony on Instagram. The game is June 28th at Climate Pledge Arena, 7:00. It's a really good time. It's a full production. Like it's as if you were going to a professional
It's fun.
basketball game with the lights and all of that.
Was there a halftime performance?
There was not a halftime. Actually, I have no idea because I went into the locker room with my teammates. I limped on my peg leg.
I don't remember.
I'm sure Bender or whoever else was hosting
There may
probably
have been
said
a
stuff on the
game,
microphone.
Something. There
Yeah.
were little kids playing a game. I don't know. Claire said, "Does the BOGO deal end on a certain day?"
They did not tell me it does, but I
Probably
will double
does.
check. I'll double check. I'm going to talk to them again today. We're going to post something to our Instagram from the Jonah interview. And then I have a very fun video I'm working on from last year's game that I also want to post to my reels and to TikTok. Because I got to like hang out with one of the players, a player who I actually loved during his playing days, Jamal Crawford, who now does, I think he works with NBA TV or maybe TNT, one of the stations on the broadcast. But
I remember
he
why
played.
I don't know if there was a halftime show.
Why?
There was a young breakdancer group, Claire said. That's when I met with our people who were there. I like went outside of the seats and we hung out.
Got you. So if you want to go to the game, like I said, DM me at Worst Anthony on Instagram. I'll give you the deal. And you can share that. You can share it with your friends if you want to take a whole group of 10 or 20 people with you. Go for it. Just make sure that they cheer for me so that I can play, you know? I'm just really worried I'm going to get out there. I'm going to shoot a 3, airball it, and then they're just going to pull me right away and never play me again. So I got to make sure, I'm the hustle player. You know, I got to be diving for these balls, getting rebounds, boxing people out.
I swear, if I have to leave the game early because you get hurt, I'm going to be mad.
That's very possible.
So, again, where are my seats?
I don't know.
Do I have to buy a BOGO?
No, they are giving you seats, Carla Marais. Is that okay? I don't know where they are. Last year they were good. They were right behind the bench, but that was also kind of by chance.
They were right behind the bench, but you know what, though? They were off a little to the side, and if I was in the one section over, it would have been way better.
Well, you should find someone to date that's more famous, and maybe you'll get better tickets.
Because I would take some
famous at all.
photos, and there were like garbage pails in my shot.
Okay, well, maybe you need to frame your shots better as well.
No, it was next to you on the bench was the garbage
That
pail.
was, because they were going to play that garbage can before they played me. So you can buy those tickets, like I said, with the BOGO deal if you DM me at Worst Anthony. That's it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited. I'm excited to see who else, because they're still announcing players. So I don't know I don't know if they're still scrambling maybe to get people.
New Seahawks coach will play.
He's probably busy.
I'll get some more deets because on Monday I'm going to Seahawks Media Day, which is where we get like so much of our content for the year.
Yeah.
So after the show on Monday with the Tooth Fairy, I will be there, and I will ask what's the deal.
Because it's a lot of that team ends up helping with the Champions of Change
because you
game.
have Cliff Averill, Doug Baldwin, all of them. It's their organizations.
And all 3 of them will be playing. Michael Bennett, Cliff Averill, Doug Baldwin. We'll see if Richard Sherman comes this year. I'm hoping Isaiah Thomas and Jamal Crawford show up again. Because they try to do a good job of bringing people, especially in the basketball scene, who grew up in Tacoma or Seattle or the greater Washington area. We are out of here. There is a new episode of the Morning Show podcast available wherever you get your shows. There will obviously be one tomorrow as well. And then we'll be back on Monday with the Tooth Fairy. And we're going to talk about divorce registries. If you have been divorced in the past, I would love for you to call in that day. What was that noise you just made?
Well, also tomorrow.
Oh, my God. Yes. And we have our stream with Frank Turner tomorrow. If you want to show up to that, Carla Marie sent out an email yesterday.
I'm dropping the link right now.
Make sure that you can make it if you claim a seat, because otherwise you're blocking someone who could have made it from getting their own seat. So it'll be a lot of fun.
And we're
Frank
here.
has some great music. We'll be streaming. We're going to do a quick interview with him. He's going to perform some songs.
Yeah, because he's doing it in our performance area
Mhm.
that we have out here. But we'll also give you a tour of the studio
What do you mean?
if you come here tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant online. All right. We will see you tomorrow. Carla Marie, any last words?
Don't forget to DM Anthony for the link of the BOGO.
Why are you being an ass? I don't get it.